E. You just paid off your credit card and finally feel like you are getting ahead. Then your car breaks down and suddenly you are right back in debt again. This cycle keeps repeating because you are not using one of the most powerful but overlooked budgeting tools available: sinking funds. A sinking fund is simply money you set aside each month for expenses you know are coming but do not happen every month. Think about it. Your car insurance might be due twice a year. Christmas happens every single year. Your car will eventually need new tires. Your phone will need replacing. These are not emergencies. They are predictable expenses that catch you off guard because you are not planning for them. Here is how sinking funds work. First, make a list of all your irregular expenses. Car insurance, car maintenance, medical costs, Christmas gifts, vacations, home repairs, annual subscriptions, and anything else that does not hit your budget monthly. Next, estimate how much each of these costs annually. If your car insurance is $600 twice a year, that is $1,200 total. If you spend around $500 on Christmas gifts, write that down. Add up all these irregular expenses for the entire year. Now divide that total by 12. That is how much you need to set aside every single month to cover these costs without stress. Let me give you a real example. Say your irregular expenses total $3,000 per year. Divide that by 12 and you get $250 per month. Every month, you move $250 into separate savings categories or accounts labeled for each purpose. When your car insurance bill arrives, the money is already there waiting. No panic, no credit card, no derailing your budget. You can manage sinking funds in several ways. Some people use separate high-yield savings accounts for each category. Others use budgeting apps that let you create virtual envelopes. Some still use the old-school cash envelope system. The method does not matter as much as the consistency. The psychological benefit is enormous. When you know you have money set aside for these expenses, you stop feeling like you are constantly getting ambushed by life. Your budget becomes predictable. You stop living in reaction mode and start living with intention. One of the biggest mistakes people make is treating every unexpected expense as an emergency and raiding their emergency fund. Your emergency fund should be for true emergencies like job loss or major medical issues. A car repair is not an emergency if you have been putting money into a car maintenance sinking fund every month. Start small if you need to. Maybe you cannot fund every category right away, and that is okay. Pick your top 3 most common irregular expenses and start sinking funds just for those. As you get raises or pay off debt, you can add more categories. The beauty of sinking funds is they turn large, stressful expenses into small, manageable monthly contributions. Instead of scrambling to find $800 when your car needs new brakes, you have been setting aside $70 a month and the money is ready when you need it. This is how you break the cycle of going into debt every time something big comes up. This is how you build real financial stability. Sinking funds are not sexy or exciting, but they are one of the most effective tools for getting off the financial treadmill and finally making real progress. Stop letting predictable expenses surprise you. Start your first sinking fund today, even if it is just $20 a month for one category. Your future self will thank you when the bill comes and you can pay it without stress, without debt, and without derailing everything else you have worked for.